this place give you Squatchy vibes?
Not really. Not yet. It's probably how you feel until you get squatched, and then you're like, I was wrong.
The state of California has a certain mystique about it, hosting amazing views, animals that can only be found in the West, and even some iconic legends. Today, we're in Central California, exploring some beautiful habitats and hoping to find some species that we've never seen before. Joining us is our friend and professional bird guide Rachel Clark, who knows the area well and is extremely familiar with the birds in this part of the country.
We're at the Edison rest stop, and this is in the town of Shaver Lake. We're hoping to pick up some really nice birds here. We're still on the lookout for Lawrence's goldfinch, and then we're going to start birding this area first and then move to some other spots, so hopefully this will be really good for us.
It didn't take long for Rachel to zero in on a western warbler species.
Sounds like we have a hermit warbler that's singing right up in here somewhere, so we'll try to get some visuals on the sky, get you guys some good looks, and maybe some video footage or some pictures.
After a short walk on a trail through the woods, we were able to get our first looks ever at a hermit warbler.
Hermit warbler. Love that it was up and singing. That was really neat.
That was honestly a wild view of that hermit warbler. I didn't think we were going to get looks that good. It was just up there singing. It was a beautiful one. Full breed hermit warbler too, because sometimes you get them hybridizing with Townsend's warbler, so that was a really neat one to find.
Purebred.
Purebred.
Hermit warblers have a dark gray back, a light colored underside, and a bright yellow head. Males have a slightly brighter head and face than females, and also have a black chin, which the females lack. They winter in Central America and Mexico, and in spring migrate through the southeastern United States, ending up in their breeding areas in California, western Nevada, Oregon, and Washington for the summer. Hermit warblers feed primarily on insects and other small invertebrates. They are known for foraging high up in the canopy, and foraging most actively in the morning. In most regions, this species prefers coniferous forests, but will also inhabit areas with deciduous trees as well. The best way to find this species is to listen for their song and hope they hop into an area where you can see them up in the treetops.
I'm so glad that you guys were able to get some footage of the hermit warbler, and that's no easy feat because they're notorious for being canopy dwellers. They sing from up there, they forage from up there, so the fact that this guy was so obliging is really, really awesome. They're such a beautiful western species, and yeah, I'm glad that this guy cooperated with you.
On this bright and sunny morning, many birds were out making noise. This helped us find another unique bird in the trees.
There's a Cassin's vireo singing up in one of these trees that we're going to try to triangulate and get a view of. It's actually super loud. It sounds kind of similar to the blue-headed vireos we have in the east, so that song is somewhat familiar, but it's up there someplace. Now it's just a matter of getting a look at it.
Just like with the hermit warblers, we were eventually able to get good views at the Cassin's vireo as well.
Cassin's vireo, singing. We're gonna go try to see from the other side so the lighting's a little better. Generally, if you have the sun behind you, that's when you can get the best light. If you're looking into the sun, things are a lot darker, so we're gonna try to get those better views.
We continued on the path, going through a lot of clearings and edge habitat. Along the way, we found fox sparrows, red-breasted nuthatches, western tanagers, and another western warbler species.
Just got some more looks at McGillivray's warblers. We think that they're nesting somewhere in here, but we saw at least two of them. They did come out for a little bit, but still trying to get those knockout views.
In another clearing, Rachel heard the calls of a species we were really hoping to see while in California. Soon after hearing the sound, we spotted the bird too.
Lawrence's goldfinch.
That's an epic bird.
It felt like the thing, like we've kind of been chasing some the whole time, but they remind me a lot of like the boreal species we have, where it's like they'll just kind of fly over, fly in for a second, and then leave. So that's tanager, I think. So that's awesome. Really cool bird. Great ear by Rachel. Pick those out.
So fun fact about the Lawrence's goldfinch is that their song is composed primarily of imitations of the call notes of other species. So you can listen to them for a prolonged period of time and pick up the call notes of many different species, and they'll actually even imitate lesser goldfinches. In fact, they imitate each other at times. But what makes it diagnostic is that they intersperse their own very distinctive call notes. So you're able to pick it out and say that is definitely a Lawrence's goldfinch's singing.
Lawrence's goldfinches are gray with bright yellow on their wings. Males also have yellow on their chest, as well as a black cap and chin. Females look similar, but lack the black markings. They winter in northwestern Mexico and the southeastern United States. In summer, they move north into California in select areas. There are some places where this species can be found year-round, including the most southwestern parts of California and Baja California. Lawrence's goldfinches feed primarily on seeds, but will also eat buds, fruits, and some insects. They will forage in flocks and occasionally visit bird feeders where they eat things like Niger seed. Lawrence's goldfinches have somewhat erratic movements, and for this reason can be unreliable and hard to pin down. In terms of habitat, they can be found in dry woodlands, fields, and forest edges. They are not opposed to being in places inhabited by humans, and can sometimes be found in parks and backyards in suburban areas.
So excited that you guys got your life for Lawrence's goldfinches. They are so nomadic and elusive. Like, they have to come to you. You can't really go to them. So I wasn't positive that you guys would get one when you're here, but I was optimistic that it could happen, and I was really stressed out because I heard some earlier and they weren't cooperative at all. But these guys are cooperative. Thank goodness. I did not want you guys to leave the state without getting your life for Lawrence's goldfinches, and you got them.
After watching for a while, we realized there was a reason these finches were coming back to the same area over and over again.
The Lawrence's goldfinches are nest building right up there.
That's pretty sweet.
This is awesome. Oh, so cool.
After taking a lot of time to bask in the glow of the Lawrence's goldfinches, we continued on the trail that eventually led to Shaver Lake, which was absolutely beautiful and serene.
We've now reached Shaver Lake, which is offering incredible views. And it's so peaceful out here.
Around the lake, we spotted a few more species and contemplated our thoughts on a different creature that had traditionally been spotted in the area.
Shaver Lake is actually an area that is known to have some reports of Sasquatches, which is a really interesting thing because California and the West Coast is actually one of the biggest hotspots for the fictitious, possibly real Bigfoot or Sasquatch. So we've been kind of keeping an eye out a little bit. We haven't encountered anything weird, but it would be something if we caught a sight of a Sasquatch.
While we explored, we certainly kept our eye out for any signs of Sasquatches, but sadly, we didn't have any encounters.
Does this place give you Squatchy vibes?
Not really. Not yet. It's probably how you feel until you get squatched, and then you're like, I was wrong. I was so wrong.
You don't want to miscalculate that one.
Mm-mm.
We made our way back the same way we came on the trail, again passing by the Lawrence's goldfinches before getting to the parking lot. There we found one more classic western bird.
Stellar's Jay. His little mohawk is kind of blowing in the wind.
He's not having a great hair day.
No, but it looks like he's having fun out there, and that's what counts.
Having found many exciting birds in this location, we headed into town to check out one small attraction before heading out.
Well, we made it to the Squatch mural.
This right here is what you come to Shaver Lake to see.
The Shaver Lake area was an extremely fun and beautiful place to go birding. We were quite happy to find one of our biggest target species in Central California, the Lawrence's goldfinch, as well as several other interesting species too. We may never have found these birds if not for Rachel, who knew exactly where to look for them, and how to identify them by sight and sound. If you'd like to book a tour with Rachel, check out her website by following the link in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.
Bam! Lawrence's
Yeah,
goldfinch.
look at
That's how you know you're probably the best person to show you how to find them when they have a tattoo of the species.